Good name.
Thank you. Firstly, thank you, Sister Khadija. I'm honoured and filled with gratitude for the love that you expressed for my review of your masterpiece. If it were not for your book and my new opportunity of hosting the Power of Book show on Power Extra Radio, I could not have written my review. So thank you for having me.
You're welcome, sis. You're welcome. Thank you.
Now, I did have to stop Lovely Super Sonic there because it's incorporated as part of how I'm going to introduce my review to you. So I'll start off by saying when I turned the first few pages, I was struck like a lightning bolt with, I'm going to read that page that you're going to read. And I must say that this, on page 4 it is, caused even controversy in a work WhatsApp group.
Go figure it out.
And all I could say was, if the book has been published and printed, talk to the author. Not my words. I am just referencing the words, and these are the words I referenced that caused me some emotional distress, but it was worth it in the end. If law was passed tomorrow, stating, we are no longer housing black people on our estates, we are not lending black money for mortgages, we are not allowing black people to shop in our supermarkets, we are not allowing black people to work on our corporate plantations, how would you survive? Just that alone made me want to read the book. Now, part of my job is to read the book. But I have to honestly say that reading the passage like that, like I said, it was like a lightning bolt to my soul. And it actually made me think deep about how I was operating in this system, and then how I was then bringing my children and not realizing that I'm leading them to operate in the same system, how I was consumed by it. So, after completing Blacksterling, I felt compelled to read it again. I began to make notes and highlighting points of reference to remember or look more into. I found myself picking my way through the pages as if it were a book of religion or prophecy, to begin to incorporate a new way of thinking. I am on a new journey since beginning university in September 2017. I already had that feeling that something was not right, struggled with my own demons, and I was happy about university, but unhappy about my place as an African Caribbean, if you like British, female in society. My new journey to discover myself, as well as my history, led me to where I am standing before you here today. I can honestly say, of all the books I have graced my eyes and my mind with, Blacksterling is the one that made me feel that my journey is real. Wow. My dreams will not just be dreams, that I can make my dreams tangible. That there are remarkable things happening for black people, but remarkable things are never spoken about. And the best thing Khadijah's books made me realize is I was lost and consumed into a system that wanted me to fail, my children to fail, my new grandbaby to fail. So consumed, you don't want to know the rubbish that used to leave my own mouth. All because I did not know, I was not told, I was held back from knowing, I did not seek to know. When I began to seek to know, I found myself, and still do, in places such as these events, surrounded by people who want to unite for change. For that, I am blessed. Now I'll read my review. If it is repetitive, it's only because of page 4, but the rest is more relevant. So Blacksterling, Black Britain's national plan to escape systematic racism and subjugation for an alternative economic system. This book is the beginning of change. The opening of the book had me in a trance of wonder, reflecting on my life in momentary flashing seconds. Memories moving through the creases of my mind like a jolt of electricity to the awakening soul. Khadijah introduced her book with, If Law Was Passed Tomorrow, stating, we are no longer housing black people on our council estates. We are not lending black money for mortgages, and we are not allowing black people to shop in our supermarkets. We are not allowing black people to work on our corporate plantations. How would you survive? The journey through this book is like a reboot button for our existence in this colonized world as Africans or Caribbeans striving for change and better. The author is ruthless in her execution of wokeness, awakening the mind and soul to the system which holds us in a stance of motionless beings, static matter, and closed minds. Khadijah takes us on a fast forward into the future and allows the mind to taste the belief that it is possible to be economically self-reliant as a collective African and Caribbean community with one another and for one another. We are then gently eased into the 7 steps to self-reliance, how to operate, function, share, and build in our own economic system. The book is uniquely simple, but packs a powerful punch, breaking down the events of the African Holocaust, which has been fed to us as the Atlantic slave trade, opening our minds to how words such as black are used in a systematic way to mold our minds into a lesser belief of ourselves. Khadijah dares to say all of what many African and Caribbean people as parents, teachers, pastors, and many more have thought, but may not have said aloud in this style of reformation of our people. Not wanting it enough to live the words we preach, therefore not realizing how we are holding ourselves back from the reality that needs to be. Sister Khadijah invites you to see the racism and subjugation for what it is and how they are implemented strategically throughout hundreds of years in institutions and our communities to ensure our mindset is steadfast in slave mentality. Inspiration, empowerment, and self-development drips off every page. A page turner that will become a lifestyle and lifetime companion for this generation and the rest to follow us as we in this generation become the ancestors that future generations will be looking back to for hope, perseverance, and liberation. Recommended for the woke and non-woke, it will either serve as your starting point or expand the knowledge you already have.